Okay, before we get started, this is the last time I'm going to be talking about the DC relaunch titles. I am done. No. Nine. Niet. Zip. Zilch. No comprendo. All the other synonyms and words that mean with no. No way. I am done talking about the new relaunch titles. At this point, the only reason why I keep talking about this one, I decided to go with this one, is because it's all the Supernatural titles they decided to release. And I really dig DC's Supernatural stuff. And this, because I was actually going to stop at the Batman, at the Jason Todd stuff, actually. But then the DC relaunches titles announced that they were going to do Supernatural titles. So, they pulled me back in for one last time. Whatever comes out at this point, I am done talking about it because it feels like I'm talking about the same video. I feel like I'm remaking one video over and over again. I hate to sound like a bitch, but, you know, I'm sorry guys, but at this point, it's getting boring. I mean, I love the new titles, I love everything that's coming out. I'm just getting tired of talking about it because it feels like I'm talking about the same thing over and over again. You know? It's boring. It's boring. So, yeah. Like I said, this is going to be the last time. And we're going to start off with Swamp Thing. Yeah, Swamp Thing's getting a new writer. A new creative team, new title, new everything. Swamp Thing will be written by Scott Snyder. Awesome. I mean, I've heard that he's written him once or twice before. And, I don't think they confirmed a artist or, interior artwork yet, so that'll be cool. Scott Snyder's getting up there. He got famous for American Vampire, now he's moving on to Batman and now Swamp Thing. But I can't help but wonder, somewhere in the world right now, Alan Moore has heard about this and he's tripping balls. Somewhere, yeah, I can see it right now. Somewhere in the world, Alan Moore is tripping balls about this right now. As you all know, I have a strong dislike for Alan Moore. But yeah, I'm really interested. I like Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's a cool character. He needed to get out there more, so this is really cool. Scott Snyder. Here's to Scott Snyder writing the character. All right, now moving on to another new title, Justice League Dark. Now this one interests me. First off, it's a Justice League team, all made of supernatural characters. I think that's really awesome. The team so far is John Constantine, Deadman, Shade the Changing Man, Madame Xanadu, and, yeah, this looks really cool. I heard Zatanna might be on the team, too. That would be really awesome. I've always wanted a team for any, DC, I always thought DC should do a Supernatural team, but now they're not just making that, they're making a DC team, a whole DC Justice League team around the Supernatural stuff. I think that's really awesome. The fact that, DC has decided to branch out with all their Supernatural stuff rather than Marvel, who does only so little with their Supernatural stuff these days, which is sad because back in the 90s they really amped up with the Supernatural stuff, but DC's getting out there. Justice League Dark is a really cool idea of having a main team of DC's Supernatural team, and most of them were some of them were Vertigo titles. So I actually now understand why they brought back some of the Vertigo characters back into the DC fold. So that'd be interesting. But moving on. Okay, so this is actually one I don't really, it doesn't really bother me that I don't get it because it's Animal Man is getting a new title. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of Animal Man. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Animal Man, so I don't know what to tell you. I know he's a Grant Morrison character, but I just never really got into Animal Man. I don't know. I don't think he's a terrible character. It just never really Animal Man never really just interested me. But yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to mention on Justice League Dark, the creative team will be Peter Milligan on writing, and artist will be Mikhail Janin. I hope I'm saying that right. Mikhail Janin, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so sorry when I was talking about that, talking about the Justice League Dark stuff. I forgot to mention the creative team, so sorry about that. And Animal Man creative title, that will be written by Jeff Lemire, and the art will be done by Trevel Foreman and Dan Green. Dan Green? Is that the same voice actor, Dan Green? Nah, couldn't be. Could it? Or maybe it is. Nah, it's probably not. Could it be? Nah, it's not the voice actor Dan Green. Anyway, I'm ranting now. I'm trying to be funny and keep myself interested in all this. But yeah, I don't know. This is probably one title I'm going to overlook because, like I said, I'm not a big Animal Man fan. But I know I have friends out there who are probably fans of the character Animal Man. So there you go. You got a new ongoing. All right, moving on to Frankenstein, Agent of Shade. Now this is interesting because Frankenstein in the past few months, actually, in a year and a half since Blackest Night, Frankenstein's been getting up there. You know, the character of Frankenstein has been getting up there. I mean, he's got the sword. He's got St. Michael's sword, if I remember right. And this title is going to be called Frankenstein, Agent of Shade. Okay, does that ring any bells to Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Yeah. But yeah, this is probably another title, even though I think Frankenstein's an interesting character. Another title I'm probably not going to get. Probably because, I don't know, maybe because I never really understood the character of DC's Frankenstein. But maybe if I read more into it'd probably be interesting. Maybe I'll give it a look. I'll give Frankenstein, Agent of Shade a look. I'm really into the covert stuff, or the covert ops stuff in comics, so this might be interesting. The creative team behind this will be also Jeff Lemire, and the artists will be Alberto Poncelli, yeah. I think that I said that right, hopefully. Yeah, I actually take that back. I might actually give this a look. I might actually give Frankenstein a look. Alright, moving on to Demon Knight number 1. Oh, Demon Knights, excuse me. Demon Knights, that's the name of the title. Yeah, Etrigan looks like he's going to be the mainstay of the book. This will be written by Paul Cornell, and this is going to be artwork by Auclair Albert on art. He said that Paul Cornell said that Demon Knights isn't going to be like Knight and Squire, but dark and bloodthirsty. We're going to go medieval on you. Basically, what he's saying is this is going to be a story all in the past, like King Arthur stuff. So this is actually really cool, seeing Etrigan, fight wizards and demons and stuff in the medieval times. That'll be really cool. I'm really interested in what Paul Cornell's going to do with this book. But one thing though, for this book, Mr. Cornell, Etrigan has to rhyme. That's the whole point of his character. A lot of people write him not rhyming, but this character, what he's best known for is the rhyming. So please, Mr. Cornell, stick with the rhyming for Etrigan. Now here's a character I didn't even know existed for the longest time. I never even heard of Resurrection Man, but this actually, hearing about the concept, is actually a really cool idea. His power is that every time he dies, he comes back with a new superpower. That is awesome! So I might actually pick this up. Apparently this character's been around for a while too. I've never heard of him. So this will be written by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, and art will be done by Fernando Dagnino. Why do these artists have such weird names? I'm serious. I cannot be the only one who notices all the weird names for the artists. I'm not hating on it. It's just that I've really noticed that these guys the artists have some really weird names. But yeah, this looks really cool. I really want to see what Resurrection Man's all about. Alright, here's one that really surprised me. And I know this is going to surprise a lot of people too, but iVampire is coming back with a new ongoing. Whoa! When's the last time I saw iVampire? I can't remember. I barely remember this guy. I was like, oh yeah, iVampire. Probably the only vampiric super being in the DC universe. Man. Andrew Bennett. His name's not iVampire, it's Andrew Bennett. So, and I'm really hoping they don't go down the Twilight route, because I'm looking at this picture, I'm thinking, Twilight. Ugh. I'm really hoping they don't go down that route, because iVampire was like a gothic, like a horror story, but also like a horror romantic story. I'm hoping they have a little more action in it and not Twilight bullshit. But yeah, the book will be written by Josh Falkove and Andrew. Oh yeah, and artist will be by Andrea Sorrentino. Alright. Okay, I might pick this up. I mean, I wasn't a fan of iVampire. I thought it was cool, though. Maybe I'll get more into the character this time around. Alright, and finally, Voodoo #1, written by Priscilla Katrine. I hope I'm saying that name right. Oh my god, look at this, guys. This is the same Voodoo from the Wildcats. That's right, guys. Voodoo from the Wildcats from the Wildstorm universe, in fact, is going to be part of the DC universe. I got part of my wish. I wanted to see a DC character, well, I mean a Wildstorm character part of the DCU, and I guess Voodoo is going to be part of the DC universe now. I'm wondering if, like, Grifter is going to be... I'm hoping that Grifter, Midnighter, Apollo, Mr. Majestic, and at least some of the Gen 13 make it in here, too. I mean, Voodoo gives me hope, because when I saw that picture and it said Voodoo #1, I was like, Voodoo from Wildcats? That Voodoo? Yeah. Awesome. This will be really cool. I'm really excited, because this gives me hope that maybe the other titles they're going to release are going to be characters from the Wildstorm universe like I was hoping for. So yeah, I'm really interested. This gives me total hope, because this is the same. Voodoo might have her origins changed, but it's still a Wildstorm character. Well, technically she was an Image character, then moved on to Wildstorm. But I knew they were going to reuse these characters again, so this is awesome right here. I'm really hoping maybe they'll come out with Grifter #1. That I will talk about. I will talk about that if they come out with Grifter #1. If they talk about like Grifter or Wildcats or bring in Gen 13 into the DC universe, I will talk about it then. But anything else, I am done. The only reason I'm making the exception for the for the former Wildstorm titles is because I wanted that to happen. But everything else, nine, zip, zilch, niet, no. Like I said before, it feels like I'm doing the same video over again. I'm only making the exception because it's worth talking about if it's the former Wildstorm characters part of the DC universe. You know? But yeah, I think I've ranted about this enough. I'm really liking the new Supernatural titles, and, for the most part. Yeah, I was really hoping DC would relaunch a lot of their Supernatural titles. I'm really interested in Resurrection Man, Swamp Thing, Frankenstein might give that a look, Demon Knights looks cool, iVampire might give that a look. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a big Animal Man fan. I'm sorry, it never really interested me. I don't know, maybe if I read more of Animal Man, I would like it more. I've read some books, but it's like, he's okay. Anyway, I think I'm pretty sure I'm done here. But like I said, I am done talking about the relaunch titles unless they're Wildstorm characters. They're former Wildstorm characters, because that feels like a very cool topic right there. But the only reason why I'm not doing any more talking about any more of the relaunch titles, because like I said before, is because it feels like I'm doing the same video over and over again, only with new characters, with new titles, but it feels like I'm doing the same video over and over again. So, I'm pretty sure you guys are bored of that too. So, yeah, so I'm bored with it. Like I said, I'm only going to talk about if they release more characters from the Wildstorm universe into the DC universe. So that's the only time I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, this could be, like, if they don't, this will probably be my final video talking about the relaunch titles, because I know they're going to keep announcing more new titles, but it's going to like, okay, that looks cool, I might pick that up. But yeah, I think I've said my piece here. Later.